Greetings, everybody. Time for a brief patch update. There's not a lot in this one, but what there is big news. So 1332, the extragalactic war nears, and there's some stuff in here that's been put in essentially designed for the upcoming expansion, but they're also going to use it in some general use cases. And there's new ships AI has access to. They are extragalactic war this, extragalactic war that. And before I show some of that, there's only 4 conditions that can cause it. 2 are coming up in the expansion, the Spire and the Scourge. So a third one is if the player gets super powerful. Like you've got some, bunch of friendly allies usually, or you've conquered a lot of the galaxy and gotten a bunch of golems, etc. And that only gets you to the bottom tier. There's 5 tiers of this. And then there's another one, which happens to directly affect me. The AI Civil War triggers this. So if we take a look down here in Thrun, this is a useful opportunity save. Let's just take a look at some of this stuff. Now, they aren't finished in terms of balancing the stats or the graphics. So what we're looking at right here, the War Wendigo, is actually a tier 2 item. But what we want to notice about this is look at the strength, just as a general type of thing. You see it's got massive DPS, it does nano cost damage, etc. And we can see the full, deal there. It also has drones that it sends out, vampirism, blah, blah, blah. But the strength is 72, 12 million hull, 6 million shields. Now, let's compare that to some other things. We've got a Dire Guardian, strength 11, so we're at 6 to 7 times that. We've got a Royal Dire Pike Guardian. Even that is less than half. We can see we've got, like 3 strength here. Obviously, the, Devour Golem's much stronger at 340. 3 strength here for some high mark guard posts. Then if we go into the home world here, some of this stuff, the Overlord is less than half as strong, the first one. The guard posts here are about 10 to 11 strength. And then if we look at our ambush fleet, you can see, that's not the one I want. The Regenerator Golem, 33 strength, very similar to that Royal Guardian or to this Overlord at less than half of that strength. And again, this is tier 2. They go up to tier 5. Tier 5 is literally galaxy ending. The top one is known as the Flenser. And there's a video out there for it if you want to see what it looks like. We haven't seen it in action yet. But basically what that does is it's got, I don't know exactly what the weaponry is. One of the testers, one of the better players currently active in the game, basically said he's going to be really impressed if anybody manages to beat it with even the Spire and whatnot. So you definitely don't want to trigger that. It apparently has close to 1 billion health. Yes, billion. That's going to be fun. Okay, and then they have this little whirlwind icon here to show that it's an extragalactic war item. And the other thing in the patch is a bunch of changes to our lovely macrophage. There's some bugs that were fixed, but also they're smarter now. If they're at a decent intensity level 6 or above and they don't have a bunch of their little telliums, or tellia for plural, in the galaxy, then they will try to cluster together their harvesters in, good harvesting locations in between a bunch of different tellia in order to mark up and improve, etc., until they get to a certain point. So that's basically to allow them to be smart about growing when they're small. And that's in addition to the other changes that were made in the recent patches. So the upshot of this is Civil War is now far more dangerous. If you want to see exactly how dangerous, this particular save, my ongoing save, is going to end pretty soon. And it's because of them. I'll link to that playlist in the description if you're interested in the Faction Frenzy show, which is my current run. The current patch notes will all be down there. So this is all very much a work in progress. But basically what you need to know is if you do the Civil War, if you do a whole bunch of overpowered stuff as the player, grab a bunch of allied factions, then what's going to happen is this stuff's going to be sent, and in the best case scenario, you're looking at things that are golem strength. And it only goes up from there. So the AI is striking back with vengeance and the potential for truly epic battles of the Titans. Very much a thing now. So that's the lowdown on all the extragalactic war stuff. As always, I'll be back with more as patches are released that warrant it. Thanks for watching, everybody.